is more Doug DeMuro, and today I'm going to talk about fake badging, the single most embarrassing thing you can do as a car enthusiast on the planet. Fake badging. Today I'm going to discuss what qualifies as fake badging, why it's so stupid, and remember, anyone who thumbs downs this video has an AMG badge on their C230. Before I get started, be sure to check out Cars and Bids, which is my enthusiast car auction website. We've had some amazing sales recently, including this Lexus LX470, which sold for $62,500, a recent record sale price for a 100 series Toyota or Lexus model. We also recently sold this Maybach 62 for over $90,000, and this perfect Nissan 300ZX went for almost $36,000. If you're looking to sell your cool car from the modern era, Cars and Bids is the place to do it. You'll find the most interest and the most money for your cool car. And if you're looking to buy a cool car, Cars and Bids has amazing selection with daily auctions. Check it out at carsandbids.com. Okay, so first I'll get started by discussing exactly what fake badging is. This is a phenomenon. It is not new by any means, but it is a phenomenon wherein people add badges to their cars to try to make them seem more than they are. Sort of a badge for a higher performance version or a more expensive trim level or something like that. You have a regular 328i, for instance, and you put on an M badge or an M3 badge. You have a regular Honda Civic, you put on a Type R badge, whatever. You got a Mustang EcoBoost, you put on a GT badge. This is also called upbadging because obviously you're trying to elevate the status of your car. You're trying to bring it up from what it actually is to what you want people to see it as. This is, quite simply, the stupidest and most embarrassing thing that you can do as a car enthusiast, except for maybe burning out and crashing coming out of Cars and Coffee, but this is right after that. There are about 6 different reasons it's really embarrassing. And frankly, a lot of people do this. I drive around Southern California, the Northeast, even Europe, Australia. It doesn't really matter where I am. I have seen fake badging everywhere. The Middle East. It's a phenomenon. A lot of people do this fake badging thing. They want people to perceive their car as something better, something more special, something more exciting than what it actually is. This happens more than you would think. And there are many reasons why I think it's one of the stupidest things that you can do as a car enthusiast, but the most obvious reason is this. When you take an SS badge and put it on your V6 Camaro, the only people who actually notice this are car enthusiasts, and they're the ones who know that you're lying. Seriously, you gotta think about who you're trying to impress when you do this stuff. My wife, her friends, people who aren't into cars, they will not notice the AMG badge on your C350 and suddenly think, ooh, an AMG, how nice. Not just a regular Mercedes, this person must be cool. They will continue going on with their day because, like 90% of the people who you run across, that sort of stuff doesn't matter to them. They will not notice it, they will not see it, it will not be interesting. So you're not impressing these people. So if you think installing a fake badge will make you more appealing, like to the opposite sex, or you think it'll make your car seem more exciting to the random person behind you at a stoplight or to your neighbors, it won't. If they're not into cars, they won't notice and they won't care. An AMG badge and a C350, your neighbors who got a Toyota Camry, they're not gonna suddenly come over and be like, oh, he is really doing well, he got himself an AMG. They won't notice. Instead, there is a small group of people who will notice, and that is car enthusiasts, and they will notice that it's fake. This is the thing I don't understand about doing this. Your fake badge is only going to be noticed by a very small number of people, and all of those people are car enthusiasts who will instantly be able to spot the fake. So like, I'm driving along the other day, and I get up behind a Civic with a fake Type R badge. And my wife doesn't notice the badge. Like 90% of people won't notice the badge, of course, because she's not that into that stuff and she would never take notice or pay attention. But, so you've lost that portion of your audience. You've lost 90% of people. They're not gonna notice, they're not gonna care about your fake badge. But you have reached me, the car enthusiast, who can instantly tell that it's fake. So 90% of your audience is gone and 10% of your audience is judging you and thinks it's a fake. It doesn't make any sense why people do this. So what are you trying to accomplish? 90% won't care, 10% know you're a liar. There is no winning. That is not a group. Neither of those groups is something that you want to be in. Now, to be clear, I know why you do this. I know why you put on the fake badge. You drive a 530i, you can't afford an M5, and this might be the closest you ever get to an M5. And I promise there will be people in the comment section of this video who are calling me out and saying, yeah, I put an M5 badge on my 530, but I'm not like you, Doug. I can't afford an M5, so like it looks cool and I did it. You shouldn't be shaming people, Doug, who have budgets. Folks, I know all about budgets. My very first car was a 1996 Volvo that cost about $5,000, okay? And when I had that car, it was a Volvo 850, when I had that car, I really wanted a Volvo 850R, the performance version. And every time I see an 850R on the street, I would look at it and watch it go by. And every time to this day I see an 850R or a T5R, I get very excited. It was the ultimate 850 that I didn't have. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't go and buy an R badge and stick it on the back of my regular 850 because that would be stupid. A couple years later, I then got my second car, which was at the time, 10-year-old Audi A4. It was a B5 A4. It was 10 years old and it cost about $10,000. And it was a standard car. It was just a regular A4, the V6, and automatic. And you know what I really wanted? An S4. The B5 S4 was such a cool car, and every time I saw one of those, I would turn my head and look and get all excited, and I would just be reminded that I didn't have this. But you know what I didn't do? Is put an S4 badge on my A4 because that would be stupid. Truly, there is no good reason to ever fake badge your car ever at any time. Now, I want to add a little nuance to this. I want to discuss two other types of fake badging just for a second that are a little bit more acceptable and to varying degrees than just standard fake badging. One is extra fake badges. So you have like a V12 Mercedes and you're really proud of this. You're proud of the V12, so you get extra V12 badges and put them like on the back and on the sides or whatever. Or you have a Mustang GT and you're really proud of having the V8, so you get extra V8 badges. You put them on the fenders or the rear in addition to the ones that already come on the car. People do this a lot. To me, this is less stupid, but not that much less stupid. In my world, I prefer cars that have less badging and not more. I think the real flex is when you pull the V12 badge off your SL600 or the V8 badge or the GT badge off your Mustang GT, and then you kind of have to know what you're looking at to know that it's a cool car, to know that it's the performance version. That's when you know you're really secure in yourself and your belongings, when you take off that Mustang GT badge and you say, yeah, if you think I got an EcoBoost, that's fine with me. I don't. I know that, but not everybody else does. They don't need to. That's totally fine. And I think adding badges is the opposite of that. It comes from the same place of car insecurity as putting the M5 badge on the 530i. You're like, oh, I have this cool car, and now I want even more people to know I have this cool car. Now, there is one more form of fake badging, and that would be the most acceptable form, which is ironic fake badging. I love this. There are two ways to do this. Number one is you take fake badges and you put them on a car that clearly the badges do not belong to. I once saw a Geo Metro when I was a kid in Denver that had BMW badges on every correct place. Like front, rear, 325i was put on the tailgate just perfectly. Center caps had BMW badge. I mean, it was really well done. But obviously no one's gonna think this is a BMW. The owner did it as a joke, and it was kind of funny, and I thought it was charming and amusing to see. Ironic fake badges are funny. The other way to do like an ironic fake badge is if you down badge your car to a lesser model. A while ago, I considered doing this with my wife. I really wanted to get a Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT, but I knew that she would never go for it if she saw the SRT badges everywhere. And like the supercharged Hemi V8. So I thought about getting one and then just pulling all the badges off. It's out. I don't know. It's a regular Jeep. Here, it's a Grand Cherokee. It's a nice car. It's all that loud. Yeah. I don't know why it's so loud, honey. It's just like, I didn't end up doing that, but it was an idea, and I think that's kind of the fun way to do it. When I had my AMG wagons, I knew a couple of other AMG wagon owners who put badges on their car that said like E320 CDI. So people thought it was like the base diesel version of the Mercedes wagon, and you thought that right up until you got up next to it, maybe you heard the growl or you saw it take off. And that's kind of a cool way to do it. So that kind of fake badging is kind of funny, and I'm into it. Either like the down badge or the ironic fake rebadge. But folks, please stop with the fake up badging. It is just so embarrassing, and we as a society can do better. And by the way, several of the photos in this video are taken from a Facebook group called Upbadge Slut Shaming, which is a fantastic group to belong to, because the members just call out people for upbadging their cars they see on the street, and then occasionally people will come in and defend these people like, oh, it's a C230 with an AMG badge, but it has the AMG Sport Pack, so doesn't that count? And everybody's like, no, uniformly no, and these people just get eviscerated. And I sometimes join in on that. That is not okay. If the manufacturer did not put the badge on, it does not count, and you shouldn't be sticking that AMG badge on there. But anyway, that is today's lesson on more Doug DeMuro. Don't put fake up badges on your cars. Really, please, just stop.